Hello everyone, this is the final project for CSCI E63 Big Data Analytics. Topic is Apache Solr search engine. So here the agenda is what is Apache Solr, what are the Solr features and implementation of Apache Solr and pros and cons. So what is Apache Solr? Apache Solr is a search server which is developed in Java. Solr is an HTTP wrapper around an inverted index provided by Lucene, and it is highly reliable and scalable. And it also has a centralized configuration and more. So what are Solr features? Solr features are it has a capability of advanced full text search capabilities. It has standards based on open interfaces like XML, JSON, and HTTP. And we can also get the server statistics and also near real-time indexing, flexible and adaptable with XML configuration, extensible plugin architecture. So this is a Solr architecture. Solr sits on the web server. So here is the implementation that I'm going to talk about. In this implementation, I created two Solr projects. First one is first we'll import the data from a database to a Solr, and second one is we'll extract the text from a PDF and load it into a Solr. So first I have downloaded the Apache Solr zip file from a Apache Solr website and extracted the content and then created a new folder called Solr data import. And we have to create new files: solr.xml, schema.xml, solrconfig.xml, dataconfig.xml inside the Solr data import folder. Okay, so what are these files? Schema.xml, dataconfig.xml, solrconfig.xml, and solr.xml. Schema.xml is mainly used like how to model the data on which we'll do the searches and navigation for specific interest. Dataconfig.xml, here we specify the connection details and how to query and what fields are we pushing to Apache Solr. And solr.xml, this will be used if we have one or more cores, and this will be used if you want to switch from one configuration to another configuration. And solrconfig.xml is mainly used to how we define how to manage requests and data manipulation for the users. So let me quickly show these files and how they actually look like. So this is a dataconfig.xml. Inside the dataconfig.xml, if you see here, we specified the connection properties, and then we created a query, and we actually selecting the fields from the database inside the schema called Sakila, and table name is actor. Likewise, we have a solrconfig.xml. In this solrconfig.xml, we have we created like some request handlers to there are like request handlers like select request handler, and also update request handler, and data import request handler. This is mainly used like for the data import handler is useful because if we want to import the data to Solr, we need this data import, and then we specify the dataconfig.xml where we are getting actually the configuration details and the connection details of the database. And also we have the other request handlers like admin and admin ping, which is used for the ping utilities. Okay. And we have one more file called schema.xml. Here we have given we'll specify the types. What are the types that we're going to use? So I have given here the string and long, and the fields are actor ID, first name and last name that I'm actually selecting it. And we also have other fields as well, the dynamic field and copy field. So the dynamic field and copy fields are like, this is which is actually used in searches, and we have created the unique key called actor ID. Okay, let's get back. So here these are the important directories. Conf, this directory is mandatory and it must contain schema.xml and solrconfig.xml. And we also have the data directory. Usually this data directory is not needed. It will be automatically created once we start the Solr. And libraries are important. It is an important folder where we actually put jars. Like for example, if we want to connect to the database, we need a SQL connector jars. So those kind of jars will be put in the libraries, and bin is an option. Okay, so what we'll do is like before we actually import the data, or before we do a full import command, we'll just check whether the table has data or not. As you see in the screenshot, I selected from the database, and it actually retrieved some rows. Now we'll run the full import command on this. As you see in the browser, screenshot browser, we'll do a data import command is equal to full import and clean is equal to false. And in the screenshot itself, it said the index completed, added 200 documents. So that completes it, and then we can go ahead to the Solr console and check it out by selecting the all rows. So it displayed all the rows out there. Okay. So can we also do it programmatically? Can we also push the data through programmatically? Yes, we can do programmatically. We can use SolarJ. For this, we need to import the classes. Here I'm going to show you some of the properties that we need to set here for the to export some. We have to export some jars here. So these are the jars that needs that are needed, and these are the jars that are actually available when we actually download the Apache Solr. So it will be there in the distribution directory. All we have to do is we have to point out this, we have to add this external jars, and then we can call those classes. So first program that I have written is solr.java. It's a very simple program. What it does is like it actually takes the user input, once it actually takes a user input, then we are actually calling the Solr server, and then we are calling creating a kind of document, and then we'll add each field. What is the actor ID, first name, last name. Once we add the document, then we'll commit it, and then once it is committed, then we're actually passing to a user saying that it's added successfully. We also have created another program called solarquery.java. This is nothing but mainly what it does is we're actually gonna search for a occurrence, whether we can actually search any user or anyone, or any with first name or last name. So once we search it, we'll actually gonna display it. If the search string is actually there, it's gonna display it. Or if we don't, even though if we don't enter anything, what will happen is it will display all the rows in the Solr. Okay. Next we'll see. Okay, how we extract the PDF content as a text and load it into Solr. How we can achieve this? Yes, we can actually achieve this. Solr cell can be used to extract text files from rich text documents and PDF files. And we also have a Ticna library is designed where we can actually extract the text from rich documents such as PDFs and docs, extract metadata for a file. It identifies the MIME types, it identifies the language used in a document. I'm going to walk that implementation details here. So let's see. As I mentioned here, so this is the PDF extraction. So here we have the schema.xml, solr.xml. Nothing was there. There are no changes that needs to be added. And again, for actually to extract the PDF content as a text, we have to download all these libraries, that Fontbox, PDF Box, Solr Cell, Tika Core, Tika Parsers, and XERC implementations. So once we do that, and we also have to do some other kind of things, where in the schema.xml we have to define, one is white space tokenize factory and low case filter factory. This white space tokenizer which is used to split the text, and the lowercase filter factory, which will convert all the text to a lowercase. And then now this is the schema.xml, and in the solarconfig.xml, as I mentioned, we have to include the jar files libraries, so which is needed to handle the Solr cell library and another request handle called update and extract. This is the address where we have to post the PDF file to obtain it from the ticker. So this is a solarconfig.xml. As you see here, I actually included the jar, Solr cell jar, and also I also put the update extract, which we need to extract this. Once we are done, we'll start the servers and issue a command in the command line to extract the content from PDF. So this is a command that I actually given. I have a PDF file which it has the which has a PDF file. So now I actually given the PDF file and then created it, and then it actually converted the PDF file into the text. As you see here in the command line, we have all the text content. It's been extracting, and let's see whether we can actually see the same thing in the console results or not. As we see here, once we click on that, once we selected it, it got all the PDF file here. So yep. So pros and cons. One thing I find about this is it reduces the amount of time to find the information. It has a very user-friendly search and improve the user experience. Cons, I feel like there is security issues. You can limit this application to enterprise, cannot expose to the outside world, and also I not find in-depth documentation about Solr Java classes, where I wanted to import the data, where I wanted to import the data to the Solr. So for that I was like researching about the other methods and other things. There was a limited documentation on it, and I also had some issues with the content types and other things. So with that, it concluded. And also these are the resources that I actually got it from where I actually got my ideas. One is the Apache Solr user documentation, and another one is Apache Solr beginner's guidebook, where I got some information on this. So with that, I conclude this presentation. Thanks.